Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive717. I am back with another reading. Mega is busy munching on her kibble, so I'm sure she will join us when she's ready. But I wanted to come on and share some messages around the masculine, messages I've been receiving. And one message that stands out, and it's not going to resonate for everyone, and don't shoot the messenger. It's just how it's coming out to me, okay? But I'm hearing that the universe is going to make a lot of your masculines work for the connection. So it's not going to be as easy as strolling back into your life. It's not going to be as easy as just, you two unblocking each other and then sending each other a, hey, what's up, text message type of thing. Like, I feel like this is a time of action for many of your masculines, and it's really going to depend for many of you exactly where it is you are on your journey. But, whoever's reading this is, I feel like there's no more cycles that are going to repeat. Okay, so I'm sensing that it's appearing very difficult for your masculines to either gain access to you, capture your attention in some way. They can't feel your energy. They can't pick up on your energy. You yourself, Divine Feminine, may find yourself at times feeling very neutral about the connection. It's just you can't seem to, I don't know. Hi, baby doll. Hi, mama. Yeah, it's like you can't seem to, I don't know, maybe even feel your masculine's energy as well. You can't seem to feel theirs either. And they may very well be thinking about you, Divine Feminine, but you can't feel it. Okay, so I feel like it's the universe's way of acknowledging that many of you have experienced a lot of pain and heartache from your divine masculines, but if you're in the feminine energy, most likely you were able to, I don't want to say take their shit, but you guys, you didn't deal with their shadow side like everybody else has dealt with it. You were very resilient because I feel like for many of you, there were parts of your masculine shadow side that made you see yourself, or you saw yourself in them. So it made you really understand where it was coming from. And a lot of you are very aware of what buttons of your masculines not to push, unless absolute necessary. But for the most part, it's like you know them very well. And yeah, I'm just getting this overall sense of, the universe feeling like karma has to balance itself in a way, or I'm seeing that many of you are getting justice, okay? So what I mean by that is, a lot of you really poured your heart out to your masculine counterpart, man or woman. You really invested a lot of your feelings and emotions, and you spoke your truth. You said exactly how it is you felt. You weren't afraid. I'm hearing fearless. You were fearless about this love. And maybe to them at the time, it came off as just really strong emotions, or they didn't have that twin flame epiphany. And, you might have gotten the worst of their shadow side, cockiness, arrogance, maybe insulting your status, right? Your financial position, maybe the home you live in, there were a lot of differences between you two, and maybe your masculine might have pointed out those differences, or maybe you two came from two different worlds and they had no problem pointing that out at times. Okay, and aside from the ghosting and the in and out and not being truthful, and many of you might have felt at times, that, genuinely your counterpart, they played mind games, and they were very wrapped up in, devil energy, which again is the shadow work, but not confronting the shadow work. So you continue to indulge in the trauma, so it makes you angry, bitter, moody, and again, exude energy such as arrogance and cockiness. And I feel like many of your masculines came off that way to many of you, the typical player, thinking that they can just kind of wrap you around their finger And I feel like if you're in the feminine energy, whether you're a man or woman, you might be scratching your head like, how the hell did I attract a person so opposite? Because a lot of you may, truly be that divine feminine embodiment, which is you do give unconditional love. You are truthful, you are honest, and the reason that you embody these qualities is because you expect those things from others because you wouldn't give anything less. So this is for those of you who are in that position. It's not that you're tooting your own horn, oh, I'm this divine feminine. It's just, it is who you are. It could have a lot to do with your, astrology sign. It could have a lot to do with your life path number. You're just a genuine, kind, warm person. You don't do any harm. You always strive to take care of others. And yes, you make mistakes, but you're quick to take accountability and responsibility and do the right thing. And this is just how I see the divine feminine in this reading, okay? And I feel like a lot of your masculines, they may have not seen that in the beginning, and it's just part of how your journey goes, okay? So I feel like, maybe there's been a separation, and many of you have kept it that way for a long time, but, I feel like the separation... Hi, you okay? She's like, I was falling asleep to the sound of your voice and you just stopped talking. Sorry, my love. I was just trying to hear the message clearly. But yeah, I guess what I'm getting is that now that the separation between you guys, it's coming to an end, or the feeling of wanting the separation to end, it's coming in for your divine masculines really strongly. And I think the reason I paused was because I was watching I can see a picture of it, so I have to try to put the picture of it into words, but it's I see someone's masculine, those doors in either a bar or a salon where you just kind of push the door and they just kind of swing open, maybe in restaurants and stuff where you got to go in and out really quickly, so you just push the door and they kind of swing in and out. I feel like because the feeling of separation is ending for some of your divine masculine counterparts, I get this feeling of them feeling oh, I'm just gonna go strolling into this person's life, or push that door right open, but the doors are locked, they're big firm steel doors, and it's that initial shock of you're expecting the door to swing open, and then when you come back to that same place, it's huge steel doors you can't get through, and that's just what I'm getting. It's that's the feeling of the universe is really going to make them work for this connection. It's not as easy as just strolling back into your life, is what I'm hearing. Okay, and I feel they're going to make them work for it, not because you're making them work for it or anything like that, divine feminine. It's just they want it. They want the connection. Let's see what this card says. Okay, so I'm not romantically involved with my karmic anymore. There's your confirmation, guys. Okay, and that's why they're working for it. They want it, and that's why the universe is going to make them work for it. I feel for a lot of you, even if you're having communication with your counterpart, the universe keeps resetting the interaction between you both until it's done the right way. And so I feel a lot of your masculines ready, but now that they are ready, they've been hit with this epiphany of, okay, it's not as easy as just strolling back into this person's life, okay? I'm feeling a physical meeting is in order for many of you. That's what's going to be next. So if you guys are seeing the number 717 a lot, not just on my channel, but just in general, license plate numbers, phone numbers on billboards and stuff like that. Yeah, just... yeah, take it as a sign that this person wants to physically see you. It's going to be about action. It's not going to be the same back and forth like you two are in high school. Okay, that's the feeling I'm getting. This is not high school, bro. That's how I feel the divine feminines are saying it. that you guys want action. You want them to jump on that horse, and you want them to come charging forward. And on top of that, you want them to make an offer. You know, I feel like the woman who's walking here is someone who expects no less. Like you're not attracted to someone who can't make a decision, or, you know, they feel shy, or they're not sure themselves. It's like, I feel like if you're a divine feminine and you're attracted to that masculine energy, whether it's a man or a woman, it's like, for you, it's like it has to be somebody who, you know, they know their shit, and like they're honest, and they're blunt, and what you see is what you get, and because you're this way too, you know. So yeah, I'm feeling like many of your masculine counterparts, they're going to be taking action because there really is nothing left, you know. So a lot of you who were really used to dealing with your twin flame or your divine masculine, divine feminine, just strictly through social media, like even like talking through phone and stuff, but no physical contact, looking into each other's eyes, looking and observing each other's body language, you know, picking up the little quirks and looks on each other's faces and in your eyes, being able to tell when the other is holding something back. You know, there's a lot lacking from the connection without that physical interaction. And not always, it's just for those of you who genuinely want that physical connection. I feel like this is what your masculine is trying to communicate. This is how they feel. You know, sometimes they feel frustrated because I feel like the masculines are a lot of the times focused on the physical world. You know, it's like they want to see physical proof of it first. It's really hard for them to kind of sit back and be patient and feel it and go with the flow. You know, it's like, no, they want to see that physical proof. So, you know, for many of them, they've received that confirmation and they're coming towards you, but the universe is saying it's not going to be the same way as before, and they just need that one heads up, you know. You know, that mistake of like communicating with you in a very like nonchalant way, and the universe is going to hit that reset button on them real quick. Okay, so they're aware of it as well, because, you know, the Knight of Pentacles is somebody who they want to offer stability, you know, a grounded offer. What I mean by that is this: I'm not fucking with anybody else. Like, I'm being honest here. Like, I want you. I want to see where things go. Like, and that's what I feel like you're attracting, divine feminine. Okay, let's cut it in half. Okay, yeah, we have Temperance here. So I feel like that's what you're attracting at this time. You know, in the past, maybe you lacked boundaries, always, accepting your person as they are. But many of you have gained that balance, and you've learned that balance. And, you know, it's wonderful to accept others as they are. But, you know, there's certain traits and qualities that you want and you deserve in a person, and that you shouldn't have to really, you know, make compromises for. And I feel like for many of you, this was just sheer, again, stability, honesty, showing up, being present. And a lot of you weren't getting that. And so many of you in the feminine energy were like, you know, everything just feels so right, except that they can't show up. Like, they can't show up in the physical. You know, it's like they say the right things. They say everything I want to hear. It feels like a twin flame connection. I get the dreams. I see the synchronicities everywhere. But goddamn, like, it can't seem to happen in the physical, you know? So, yeah, I feel like many of you are just at that place now where, you know, you're fine without it if it's not going to show up in the right way. You know, you've mastered balance within yourself, where you're not seeking a lot outside of yourself. I mean, yes, it's going to hurt if you don't do the physical thing with your twin flame in this lifetime, but I feel like those of you who are resonating with this Temperance energy, you know, it's way beyond that for you, you know, and that's the exact feeling that's bringing in the physical meeting, you know, is completely letting go and realize that, you know, you're just fine without it, you know, because, you know, maybe for some of you, you could be like, you know, my dreams are enough. In fact, I was sharing with someone too in the comments the other day, you know, that sometimes, you know, even I have felt at times that, you know, just the interactions alone that I've had with my counterpart, or just knowing that they're existing as the same time on earth as me, like, it feels so good, you know. So I think when you're in this Temperance energy and you appreciate the connection for what it is, there's very little room to block anything. Right? It's like you just love, and you love freely. So there's very little room for fear. There's very little room for what ifs and, oh God, what if they don't? And it's like, if you're grateful just being here at the same time with them, and you're able to look at that wound within you that says, I need this person, I want this person, and if I don't get them, you know, what's the meaning of life then? Like, if you can get out of that space and look around you and realize that there's so much to be grateful for, that's the exact energy that ends up bringing in your twin flame. Many of us can, sometimes feel stuck in that fear. So it's like the karma tends to prolong and the cycles prolong until we're able to align our thinking, align ourselves with being free, with feeling so worthy that, like our twin flames, they hold a special space inside of us, and sometimes the separation can trigger the feeling of that place hurting because, like, you're not physically there with them or you don't know where they are. But, if you can practice that feeling of knowing that they're always there, they're always with you, I attract them to me, then, yeah, they will appear, okay? Especially with the Knight of Pentacles coming through in this reading. Okay, many of them are getting clear signs. It's all about showing up in the physical now. It's all about showing you. Otherwise, there may be continued cycles. Okay, the universe will continue to trigger cycles between you two until you get that, the goal is to physically see each other, to physically meet, to take this to the next level. Okay, and again, it's not going to resonate for everyone because not everyone is fixated on a physical union, or not everyone gets signs and is bombarded with messages around a physical union. But those of you are, you know it. You can feel it. How does your masculine see you at this time? Okay, they see you as freedom. That's why I was saying this temperance energy, when you guys are detached, you're able to like let go from this place of, I want you to do you. I want you to be happy because I want myself to be happy, guys. Like, that is true freedom on this twin flame journey, and many of you are embodying it now, true empresses on this journey. And it's that very energy that's making many of your masculines rise to the occasion and want to take action. It's like they're waking up from being so sleepy, leaving these karmic situations behind, realizing there's no romance there, there's no passion there, I can't live like this. And maybe many of you in the feminine energy, you felt that towards your masculine, right? You're like, listen, like, I can't live like this. The in and out, you choose the karmic situation, If you're happy, then be with him. Go ahead, mommy, breathe again. I've been hearing that too for karmic situations. And this freedom card here, many of the feminines are like, you know what? Like, if you're happy with that person, go be with that person then. Right? Man or woman, you happy with that person, go be with that person then. And that's ultimate freedom on this journey, because you're not sitting around, again, dogging after anybody for anything. Many of you are experiencing temperance, realizing that there is so much more to this worldly experience. The twin flame journey is just a small portion of it. Sometimes it's hard to remember that when we're really warped deep in the cycles. But guys, keep confronting that shadow work. Keep embodying this temperance here. Surrender, let go. Another thing with these karmic situations that's coming up here in this card is that a lot of your masculines aren't romantically involved with these karmic situations anymore, because you've taken a step back in order to give, that feeling of desire that you were giving to your masculine, especially if they were in a third party. It made your counterpart desirable, even more desirable to the karmic situation, because the karmics couldn't let go. They took one good look at you and was like, damn, like somebody like that wants my person? Nuh-uh. I'm holding on to my person. And then they started seeing their person as even more attractive, because they took one good look at you and they were like, damn, like somebody like that wants my person? That's just the vibe I'm getting. Okay, but yeah, these situations here are falling through because, energy is a real thing, and I'm seeing for a lot of your masculines, they're attracted to you because of your style, like you're beautiful, you're elegant, you're very feminine, but then there's this side of you that's very like cutthroat, and like, you say what you mean and you mean what you say, and it's like you'll leave and you won't look back type of thing, and they can feel this from you. Okay, But yeah, many of you are free like a bird right now. A lot of your masculines are watching you from afar, maybe wondering, what this means for them right now. But I feel like what it means for them is to, leave the old habits in the past, give more of yourself. Because at this point, that's the only way to this divine feminine. Is like, I feel like you guys have really embodied a lot of balance to the point where now you're pushing the limits in the connection. All right, guys? All right, you guys take care, and I will catch you in tonight's reading, okay? All right, bye, guys.